What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat. We are here playing Battleworlds Kronos, and I hope you are still enjoying this series. In the last episode, we had pretty much finished off this beachhead up here. We had taken a little bit of damage. We had some problems to deal with, but it all came out okay in the end, which is all that matters. You know, if things turn out okay in the end, I'm alright with that. What we need to do now is I'm going through all of these different locations, and I'm centralizing all of the resources. So, like, for example, this place only has 7 left. I've gone through. I've done all of my repairs, though. And so everything is now repaired. Every single one of our units is back up to tip-top shape, which is great. Makes me feel amazing. It makes me feel Tony the Tigerish. And we need to decide whether we want to produce loads and loads and loads of aerial units. Can he fly over the ocean? As a question. I don't want to change subjects too Oh, he can. I can already tell that me and Condors are going to have an amazing relationship. Right now, I can't do bombing runs until I get rid of these little guys right here, though. So I'm sending these off to the south to find more of the enemy's anti-air defenses and to make them moribund. And once we've taken care of that, we should be able to just use our bombers to cause all kinds of havoc. I'm keeping these 4 right here as a test bed. I want to use my bombers very, very badly. So I'm trying not to disturb these and wake them up. We'll see what happens, though. They may wake up in the next turn because I sent a scout down there to see if there was another anti-air down in this little vicinity. As you can see, their range is substantial, so they can take shots at you from no matter where you are. More or less. If you're within operational range, they gonna get you. Now then. I think that's about all I want to accomplish for this turn. I need to get somebody over here to capture the harbor so that we can get armor on the beach. And then once we have armor sort of lined up, I think we'll be alright. I don't know if I want to mess with these guys right now and just sort of like poke them in the eye or just kind of irritate them a little bit. Or if I just want to leave them alone so I can test my bomber on them. I can't decide. I think I'll leave them alone until I can test the bomber on them. Let's take our little guy down here, and we're going to start capturing this harbor. I've decided to retire this other infantry. He's not worth repairing. At 38 to repair him, that's resources we could be spending on other units, unfortunately. So I guess I'm going to leave him in his damaged state. And I don't mean that in an offensive way. I just mean, you know, you're damaged, bud. I'm sorry. Like, you're damaged goods. That's typically a pretty offensive thing to say to somebody, but he earned his in the line of duty, so it's not so bad. You kind of get like a medal or something to go along with it, something to make you feel better. Now that we've got a blockade set up, I can move all of my boats down to the south. Although I wish I had them right here. Do I have any long-ranged guys that can get down to there? What about you? No, none of these guys are long-ranged. I don't know if they can take the shot from there to there like I want them to. I've never fired on one of these things from land, so I don't know if it's going to shoot back at my units if I do this. I'll leave that until I capture the harbor. I want to get armor on so that if we have to fight these guys, we have tanks and things that can help us out. They're not really moving around anyways. They're pretty much just letting us have carte blanche and run around the map however we feel like it. What is this? Oh my god. Is that an aircraft carrier? Hold on. It's a transporter and base for aerial units. There's aircraft carriers. This is badass. It's got anti-aircraft guns on it. How much HP does it have? Where is your HP? Can take 100 damage, so it can take about as much as... Oh, it's not as armored as I thought it was. It can take a little bit of damage, but not a lot. Now that we've got this harbor taken over, there's 100 resources loaded up in it. Let's go ahead and get our boats on shore, and we'll start unloading some of these extra guys. Ew, we can only unload one at a time because of the positioning of the base. That is cumbersome. That makes me sad. Well, I guess I'll start moving guys down here in the hopes of a flanking maneuver. And I'm going to try and wipe out this entire island in one go. That is going to be my plan, so that you guys know what the future holds for us. If there's another base or headquarters down here, fantastic, we'll capture that too. If there's another one over here, then we'll take that. I don't know. I'm sort of disenfranchised with this mission at this point. I feel like it's dragging on a bit too long. If it was an RTS, it would flow a little bit better. But since we're messing around with turn-based, I've got to move everything by hand, one by one, bit by bit, bob by bob. He's got 80 in there, so that's going to leave us at 170. There's 150 there. Got 250, so that puts us at bad math skills, 320 around there somewhere. Which would then, what can we produce from here? Just all kinds of goodies. Hydras, Cerberis, Praetorians. I'm probably just going to make a ton of Praetorians so that we can storm the beaches and do whatever we want. Like 2 priests and a bunch of Praetorians. Seems like kind of a nice investment. I think we're probably going to pick a fight over here in the next... Yeah, my guess is that all of these guys over here are going to sweep over this way to try and stop this from happening. I don't see them taking this lightly. So let's deal what damage we can up front. And I'll make a little bit of a line so that when it happens, we at least have a position to defend. That place is full of. Let me make sure that every unit that's got an offloadable bit of cargo has offloaded. There we are. So it can only hold 200. That's a pain. But that means we have to start production, and it may slow my roll a little bit. Of course, I unload the one that's got... So let's remember that that one right there needs to be put back inside. As for the remainder, we shall resolve it as best we can. Let's get some boats in here to take some freebie shots at some of these guys on the shore. And you'll notice I fired from here. I did that on purpose so that I can get into this inlet if they decide to sweep that way. My guess is they'll go this way, or this entire group's going to reroute and go over there. But in any case, whatever happens, we've got a plan for it. That was sort of what I was hoping would happen. Let's take our shots at that little guy in the back. Ah, he's moved just out of range. And they'll probably come over here to fight with him. That's okay. Against naval units, these land units don't tend to do a whole lot. I could get in over here and help. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll try and stay out of the range of that devil right there. Ooh, I thought I acted in error there for just a second. Would have been bad. I'm going to put him right there so that we can get some preliminary damage going on that hunter. Because frankly, I don't trust him. At which point, we'll reform the line off to this side, making sure that we're staying out of the range of that terrifying edifice. If I wanted to be offensive, I would have called him an orifice, but I'll back off it for now. We'll leave things cordial. We want to have a good relationship with our enemies. Let's get our Condor in here now, and we'll test him out. Yeah, buddy. There it is. There's my guy. There's my buddy. There's my pal. I like this Condor. Me and this Condor, I can see us going places. I may just load up with like 25 of these and just have them annihilate things. Now that that's done, we can bring infantry down and try and capture this location here. On the next turn, we're going to sweep in and try and fight. Actually, no, we've got aircraft. We have aircraft. Oh yes, my friends. Oh yes. We have so many Condors. So many Condors. I'm not even going to bother with this. I'm just going to have my Condors deal with it. Yeah, buddy. Oh, the game is messed up now. Now we need to find out if it'll shoot back, though. Oh, it won't. I love this game. I am so happy with this game right now. We're just going to sit there and troll him. We're pretty much not going to engage in anything we don't have to. Down here on this island, I don't know what's coming. We'll use these guys to scout since we've got all of our problems handled. Let's have a look around down here in the fog of war, rustle around a bit and see if we can find ourselves any sort of landable resource. If we can land ourselves down here and we don't have to cross those ridiculously terrible bridges, I would prefer it. I don't want like a Battle of Sterling type thing going on. I mean, as badass as Braveheart is, I don't want to get engaged in battles across bridges because you could just stalemate them forever unless you've got superior ranged advantage. And while we do have aircraft, which sort of make the situation a little bit more lenient on us than the enemy, we don't know if they have aircraft. We could get down here and there could be a metric ass ton of aircraft, so let's watch out for that. Everything else is feeling pretty fine right now. I may bring out my bomber. Let's bring out our bomber and we'll test him out. Next turn we'll drop some bombs. Oh my. I like this very, very much. Aircraft units are going to make this game broken for me. Come on, Condors, get down here. Yeah, I present to you the Nerd Castle's Rogue Squadron. We get to argue over who gets to be Biggs and Wedge, but, you know, just keep it in mind. That'll clear out a little bit of space for us. It looks like we've got another light factory landing from... Ah, I knew it. Landing from this direction was the way we should have done it. Ah, well. What are you going to do? Ah, we have enemies down here. So let's pull on back. Let's drop them beneath the surface. We'll start moving down here for a little bit of naval combat. Sounds like a bunch of belly buttons fighting each other, but, you know, bad jokes aside. I should bring Stacy down here. I think Stacy would be interested in this fight. Let's do it, Stacy. Bring your manly ass down here. A manly ass has extra warts and extra hair. It's the type of ass that all men, like every man aspires to have an extra hairy ass. It's a point of pride for all of us. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it is. Or at least you guys as in my female viewers, which, judging from my analytics, there's only like 2 of you. Apparently I have like no female viewers. Which, if you spend all your time talking about hairy man ass and that sort of thing, I could see how the channel could definitely take on sort of a manly, like, bar brothel tone, but I don't mean for it to. I try to make it all-inclusive. Like, when I open up my episodes, I say guys and gals. I try. It's not working, though. From what I can tell, my female viewership is, like, maybe 8 to 7%, which is pretty bad. I've talked to my other YouTube friends, and they're like, dude, mine's like 50-50. What's wrong with your channel? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't feel like I offend people that much, but I might. Who knows? Let's send out our aerial scouts here. We'll send out the clowns. I can't even tell you how happy I am right now with these aerial units. Condors are the stuff. These are my guys. They have no fuel. You can just fly them around wherever the hell you want, and they can shoot at stuff that can't shoot back. What's not to love? What is not to love? I don't like the refueling by hand thing, though. That's a little lame. The refueling by hand is tough. I wish it sort of just did it when you docked. Seems like a recipe for accidents to happen, given how careless I can be sometimes. I'm going to leave my resources standing right here because I don't know what I want to produce yet. The harbor, we're going to produce some more Stacys. So let's build ourselves 2 piranhas. And this whole thing seems to be snowballing in our favor. Which sounds disgusting if you go with the Urban Dictionary description, but it's not. What's up, gentlemen? Oh, he shot back. I didn't realize. I guess the cannons are marked then, maybe? Anything that has these little reddish cannons can fire back? Alright, so hunters can shoot back at us. We need to keep that in mind. So let's kill him off first, since he's the only tangible threat. Well, those are all tangible threats at the moment. I've made a mistake. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm scared, guys. And I can't get any of my boats into position either. Well, let's ramrod this thing. It's time to speed up the operation. But let's get some units of interest down here. Alright, and we're in our normal configuration that we take when we're trying to invade bridges. And for this fight down here, we've got to decide how we want to engage. Because these guys have limited range. Meaning once the enemy is inside our sphere of influence, we're going to find ourselves very outboxed, unfortunately. I guess I'll leave my subs back in a way so that they can open fire. This guy's going to have to take one on the chin in the next turn. And Rogue Squadron, if they decide to pull over here to the right, we'll have them flanked this way. And we'll be able to extract Rogue Squadron. They don't have the problem in that they can get away. They can just fly off over the ocean and just kind of kite this thing out if they really want to. So there's not a whole lot to worry about there. I mean, it's slightly worrisome, but not really. I probably shouldn't be unloading these units either, seeing as we don't really have that much to conquer down here. There's no more airbase, there's no headquarters, so this isn't really a high priority target. This is just sort of something that I'm whacking as a result of closure. I just want to kind of get all those loose ends tied off. Ah, they are going to come up and fight us this way. That's cool. Sort of splitting their forces a little bit. I understand. And those little guys, run away! No, sir. Please don't shoot us. Oh, he might not take one on the chin. He might end up a casualty. Yikes. Well then, let's do a little bit of rescue work here. Because we are down under on the map, and so we can be rescuers. Oh ho ho! Movie reference from my childhood go. That thing's gonna shoot back at us, which makes me sad. I don't want to get shot back at. That's the big problem with war, is that shooting at people is okay. It's just getting shot at back at kind of sucks. I'm gonna move him into position. We'll whack that last carrier. Part of me wants to adopt like a shoot first policy with this Navy down here. Let's get him out of the way right now, and we'll go back and see how repaired we can get him. Could use a few more piranhas on my front. I should have waited on Stacy. Stacy would have won this battle all by himself. I know it. He's our Marbo. He's the Marbo of this group. Just rolling and annihilating everything with his pie plates of doom. God. Okay, so now that they've shot at us and made me sad, I'm going to take this bridge and teach them that they can't shoot at me with impunity. He's going to take a double shot right there. Yes, indeedly doodly. And then this guy over here, let's just do this thing. Let's end it right now. And so Rogue Squadron is now accomplished. Let's continue firing because I want them to level up. I want to be able to go into my next level with leveled up Condors because I like them a lot. Down here, we've pretty much won the battle with their navy. Let's look at the shift of power. As you can see, it has taken a nasty dip in our favor lately. It's not going well for the enemy. I think I'm going to start loading people back onto these boats because we're going to want to think about invading this island off to the right. We've already got a harbor, and I'm going to unload the armor first this time so that we take a lot less damage. Let's take everybody back to the factories that's damaged, and we'll think about what we want to produce. He's not getting repaired because he's a lost cause. I'd like to make a priest, at least one of them. And then I think I'll make a Cerberus, a Praetorian, and a Hydra. There we go. We'll just vary it up. We'll make like one of everything. We'll be like kind of the Baskin Robbins of Doom right now. Just a flavor for every day. This cat's ready to go, so let's swoop him in and blast this guy. I may not even capture all this, to be fair and honest. I just don't feel like capturing all this is a worthwhile venture. I mean, there are some supplies, 180, so we could make a lot more light units, but it's just more stuff that I have to transport around, which it disappoints me. It makes me sad. It makes me very, very sad. I'm not going to use the aircraft carrier for now. I may just Condor the hell out of all of this. We'll have to see what the Condors can feasibly accomplish when push comes to shove. We didn't even unload this guy, so let's get him into position for the next island. And over here, the plan of the day is whatever we can carry. So he can carry 4 units. We need the Hydra. Where did the Hydra run off to? We want our heavy units to go first. We've got the Hydra. I thought I unloaded a Praetorian around here somewhere. Where's my Praetorian? Okay, he's over on that beach. So the plan is to soften this up with our Condors. I could load a bomber onto this guy right here, so I'll do that too. Let's send the bomber out to sea. Next turn we'll land him right there. The bomber will go over and start wiping out some of these guys too. I like the variability and I like the flexibility that this is all giving us. I feel like we've gone from being like very rigid, like being pretty much made out of stone, to being like gymnasts or like porn stars or something at this point. I feel like we're really in a much better position, he said after he just complained about, oh, never mind, whatever. Just gonna let it go. Ah, okay, alright. Let's redescend back into the murky depths, or the deep blue. We're gonna sneak up on them with our piranhas right now, our sea wolves. The other plan is to get down this way and figure out where that other navy is at. Because I know we already had another navy to deal with, and this place is just absolutely coated with anti-air. But if we can get our navy down to here, sweep around, wipe out all the anti-air, that should allow us to be in a position of power where we can just kind of bomb the hell out of them and then move in and take the refuse after that. There we go. So he's now loaded onto our aircraft carrier. We'll send a submarine down this way just to have a look and a see. May also redivert some of these guys because I don't know how big this... Yeah, I don't know how big this navy's going to be down here. It could be huge, it could be tiny, it could be anything in between. Start bringing my units back over here to the beach to be redeployed onto all of these, which is something that I have to handle in between episodes, which is the joy of the naval mission, unfortunately. How much do you enjoy offloading units? Well, then do we have a surprise for you? I don't even have enough transports at this point to do this properly. So it's going to take multiple trips. He's damaged. We're just going to leave him in there. No! I didn't want to be born this way. To be fair, you weren't born that way. You were shot that way. They shot you until you were no longer noble. Or, I'm sorry, you were no longer normal. And now it costs 2 more just to make a new one of you. It's just not worth the expenditure. I'll keep him, that's what I'll do with him, since he's kind of busted up anyways. We'll have him capture this base down here. Really, he can make that shot, can he? Is he a rookie? Oh, that means we won't take return fire. Oh, well then. That changes things. Done everything we can do over there. Let's take our Condor and we'll sweep down across this island, see if there's anything else to be concerned with. There is. There are a couple more enemy. Oh, there's a freebie unit right there in a container. Continue bothering all these little units until we level up. And what do his level ups have? Unit fires first when attacked. Improved range of fire. I think I'm going to go with Blitz and then improved firepower because I want them to hurt. When we get right down to it, I want them to be able to just make the enemy look fragile. Him, we need to get back to a harbor. So let's go find a harbor for him to make port in. I think I've got some remaining resources over here. Somewhere anyways. Oh, maybe not. I turned them into hunters. Bad decision. Not the most astute of decisions, but we'll take it. I've got 42 resources right there. We'll see if we can repair them at that dock. That'll work out okay. And so, let me make my life easier for the next episode. I'm gonna put all these guys over here so that I can start organizing them into dropships. And from there, I think I'll break off this episode. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerd Castle for another episode of Battleworlds Kronos. I look forward to the next episode. We should be able to wrap this one up in the next 2 or 3. The only thing they've got left is right here. So my thoughts are that this battle is probably pretty close to over. I'll see you guys there. Take care out there, everybody. Happy New Year's, and goodbye.